So hello everybody, this is American Sequel Predictions, and I'm back with a new video. Today I am talking about why Trump is overperforming the Republican Senate candidates. Now, Trump is doing very well in a lot of the swing states. He's up in basically every single one of them. And basically the Senate Democrats are trying to distance themselves from Biden the best they can. And it's seeming to work though, but Biden it's not working for him. And I think it has to do with a lot of reasons. First of all, although Biden is incumbent, he's a very unpopular incumbent. And people like Tammy Baldwin and Casey and I guess Root and Jackie Rosen, they're all they're at least popular. And people don't really look to senators as like, unless if they're like in some really big scandal, then maybe they'll probably be at the same level of Biden. But even then, like they're way smarter than like Biden's campaign. So I'll show you some of the polls that actually show this. SoCal is actually a Twitter follower. Actually, he did a poll in Wisconsin. I'm congrats to him for being able to make a poll. I remember he was actually on Twitter when I had a Twitter account. But he showed came out with this poll the other day, maybe like a week ago now, that had Trump up by a point for the presidential level in Wisconsin, but at the same time though, Tammy Baldwin's beating Eric Hovey by 12 points. Now it's definitely not going to be a 13-point like that though, but based off of it though, the Senate candidates are really underperforming Trump's performance. I think it has to do with the terms of, Tammy Baldwin, like what I just said, unpopularity, and Eric Hovey, he's more unknown, and everyone knows Trump and Biden, and Tammy Baldwin is probably steering clear of being with Biden probably because they'll probably screw up her re-election chances if she steers near Biden, which you can see that there definitely are some Trump Baldwin voters in this mix. Now it doesn't mean this is legit though. Polls can be polls that it can't be right, but every single Senate poll showing this. I could go to Michigan, or I'll look at Time Says on Real Clear Politics. At the presidential level, Trump is up by 5 points. However, at the Senate level, Baldwin is up by 7 when they ask the same voters. And amid greatness Nosor has Baldwin up by 8. They have Trump up by 2. So there's a clear difference between Trump and the Senate Republican, or Biden and the Senate Democrat. We could go in Michigan. Stockton's up by 9. Trump's up by 1.7, but we just look at one of the other polls. The same pollster did Wisconsin. They had Trump up by 2 last time. And for at the presidential level, Trump's up by 2. At the Senate level, Stockton is up by 9 points. I can just keep going. Wait. Okay, well, I don't think they actually haven't done as many Michigan polls, but you kind of get the idea here. We go to Pennsylvania, my home state of Pennsylvania. New York Times Selena showed that Casey up by 8. At the presidential level, they showed Trump up by 3. And it's really just and I remember, and I'll tell you this, the reason Casey's up by so much is he's talking about junk fees and how he's going to get rid of them. He's not talking anything about, Trump, the threat to democracy, because that would probably kill him. And he's distancing himself from Biden. Maybe if Biden was more popular, he would associate with him. But no, because Biden's in the tubes right now. He's gonna try and do the best he can to distance himself from Biden, and I think it's working. And also, Casey, I don't think has a bad approval rating, unlike Biden, who's a very unpopular incumbent. Casey's a very popular incumbent. I wish people would get more minds and also vote for the Senate Republican, but I think it kind of makes sense of why they're voting the way they are. Because I don't think the Republicans are really putting that. They just feel like a Trump without the energy, basically. That's basically like McCormick. I'm not saying McCormick's a bad candidate, but he's just kind of just like he's not, especially Carrie Lake, where she's like so lazy. Like this recent poll, let's go to Arizona. The same poll, Time says Trump up by 7 points. At the Senate level, Galileo is up by 7 points. Lake is basically trying to grift off Trump, and it's not really working out. You can't beat Trump by just being a bootleg of Trump, basically, or a knockoff of Trump. They're not going to vote for you. And Galileo is acting very moderate. I know in the past he actually did say some anti-DeSantis stuff, actually, but he's really like turning it around and actually appealing to the average Arizona voter, and it's working. Lake is just still like I think just running an old-fashioned campaign, whereas Trump is fresh and new. He's not as good as he was in 2016, but way better in 2020. That's what he needs to do to win in 2024. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As always, American Seagull Predictions out.